we now come to our fourth and final step of the thought pattern dissolve process, where we are following steps. And especially in the beginning, it's important to go through this step by step, and for quite some time, just go through the steps. Go through all 4 steps. And we now come to feel. Feel is very different than the previous 3 steps. The previous 3 steps were purely intellectual, or engaging our intuition on a conscious level. We were fighting thinking with thinking. This is different. This is a transition. And this transition dovetails perfectly with the other deeper parts of the process that we do. Feel is a very important step. In feel, the question is, the one of 4 lines on your index card, the question is, show me the feeling behind this thought. Ask yourself in your head, say to yourself, show me the feeling behind this thought. And wait and watch your body scan it for where you feel and what you feel. Because for all these thoughts, there's an emotional driver. And now we're honing in on that driver. So we've gone from the topmost intellectual level, getting a high level category, gone a bit deeper into purpose, what might have started it, where it's coming from. We've told our subconscious that it's not valid. If it's not valid, which, if you've engaged with this process, it is. And now we're going even deeper beyond that into where the feeling is. These feelings for depression, a lot of it's right around the heart. A lot of it's blocking your power center in the solar plexus. A lot of it is in the throat. All the times where you haven't been able to express yourself and find your voice, and you've kind of gotten trapped inside, having to take a step back within yourself. Now it's time to feel, and feel where that thought is coming from. Feel the emotional driver. How does it feel? Does it feel icky? Does it feel sticky? Does it feel sad? Does it feel lonely? Feel what it feels like. Feel is not a word. There's not a direct one-to-one translation between a feeling and a word, because there are so many shades of lonely, and I felt every single one of them. And there's so many shades of sadness, grief, loss, so many shades and in-betweens of all those emotions. It's really a scale, like if you were at a color picker or a color wheel, there's so many little pixels in between one color and the next, so many different shades. And these thoughts, these thought categories, they're all slightly different. There's so many slightly different shades, and feel that and appreciate what it is. See the beauty in it, the beautiful artwork, the tapestry, the uniqueness, the snowflake of that misery, that anger, that grief. Appreciate it for the unique snowflake that it is. And be grateful that you have the experience of seeing that. It's like seeing a Michelangelo or a Da Vinci, some amazing work of art. Imagine you've gone to the Taj Mahal and you're looking at that really intricate carving work. You know how difficult it is to create an emotion, how difficult it would be to create an intense feeling of sadness that that's tinged with grief and utter loss, how difficult it would be to create that if you were to try to, let's say, program that so somebody else could experience it, how challenging that would be, how many parameters, how many lines of code, if you were to try to create that emotion, that kind of sensation. It's hard to even describe some of these feelings. And I'll try to describe it for myself, what I'm feeling, or if I'm working one-on-one with somebody and I'll be able to feel what they're feeling to some extent in my own body, and I'll try to put into words what I'm describing, but it's always just an approximation. Grief, utter grief, loss, something like you lost a close relative or a brother. What would that feel like? I'm just trying to approximate it. So go down, go into your throat, go into your chest, go into your heart area, go into your solar plexus, where these depressive feelings are coming from. And for years, I was just caught up in the thoughts. I didn't even know that there were feelings associated with the thoughts. This was a revelation for me, a revolution for me in my work with depression, to understand that there's actually emotions and underlying feelings that are driving the thoughts. Because before I was just so caught up in how the mind was dealing and processing this that I wasn't even focusing on the thoughts. But in order to make progress, we have to get down and focus on those feelings. Because until we release the feelings, we're not actually home free. Once we completely release one of these feelings, one of these stuck, energetic, depressive drivers, then we're done with that particular driver. In the Indian context, that sanskara, then we're done. Then we've made real progress, we can move on to the next one. And when we get rid of enough of those sanskaras, we've lifted enough of the depression, a new day is dawning, and it's dramatic, and you can feel it, and you get all this space in your life, all this light coming in. But it comes down to being able to face the feelings, deal with them, no matter how they feel, however stuck it feels, all that tension in there, being able to stay with the feeling until it passes, be with it. Don't be afraid of it. You can tell it, I'm not afraid of it. I just want to be with you. And you don't have to fall in love with it, but it does help to maintain a neutral perspective and just enjoy that time with it. Spend that time with it. You need to spend that time with it. It's been spending time with you for your whole life. So spend as much time with it as it needs for it to feel comfortable enough to pass out of your system. Now it's come into your awareness. You're bringing it, you're consciously bringing the feeling into your conscious awareness. So if that feeling is in your throat, stay in that area, feel it, feel the edges, feel how big it is, feel if it's moving around, expanding, contracting. How heavy does it feel? How amorphous does it feel? Does it feel more misty or does it feel more solid? Solid tumor lodged in you. So feel. For those of us caught up in their heads, it can be hard, but we're feeling. And emotions create sensations in the body, and they're just as real as any other sensation. Like if you touched a chair, or stepped on something, or you're just walking, or even you're eating. These emotional feelings are just as real. Feel those sensations. Don't be afraid to feel them. They're hurting you more when you don't feel them, and then they're running your mind. When you're feeling them, what's happening is that they're not driving thoughts because you have a limited amount of awareness. And if you put that awareness on the feeling, then that awareness isn't being hijacked by the thinking that feeling is driving. So focus. Ask the question, show me the feeling behind this thought. Ask your system, ask your mind, ask your higher self. If you believe in that, show me the feeling behind this thought and wait. And let your body indicate where that feeling is. And then rest your attention there. And this is the longest step of the thought pattern dissolve process. Because the first 3 steps are pretty fast. It's possible to do all those steps in 10 seconds, 15 seconds, right? Even invalidate, you might think about it a little bit. Is it valid? Is it not valid? Well, it's not valid because it's repetitive, okay? Maybe it took a few seconds, but we got pretty quick, definitely within a minute, through all those 3 steps. Now we're at feel. And feel, it's not so cut and dry how long it's going to take. But it's really important that you stay with the feeling and let it pass out. And it's okay to be there with some time. It could be an unpleasant feeling. That's okay. Be okay with feeling that unpleasant feeling. It's better that you're feeling it than have it keep driving those thoughts. Be with it. Get comfortable with it. The more you're comfortable and you're used to dealing with unpleasant feelings, the less they're going to be in control of you. The more attention you're going to build, the faster you're going to move through this process, the faster you're going to get out of depression. So you can spend some time with that feeling. You can, if you're at work, you can continue to do your job, but while you're doing that, keep as much attention as you can on that feeling. And if the feeling is really intense, if you feel maybe this is a core blockage, this is a really intense feeling for you, you can sit down. You can close your eyes. It's a good time to do a little meditation. And in that meditation, the only thing you'll be doing is just focusing on that feeling and just feeling it. With your eyes closed, drive more attention to that feeling. The more attention you bring and the more focus, the more intensity you can have it bring up, and the faster you're going to move through it and the more effective it's going to be. So feel. And if it takes a half hour to be with that really intense feeling, so be it. Could take a minute, could take 5 minutes, could take a half hour, could take all day. Or that feeling could come back. It could come back several times, but that's okay. The main thing is to feel it and to be with it. Let it come out. And give yourself permission to have this time. This is the most productive part of this process, because you're getting to the point where these sanskaras, trapped emotions, blocked energy, is releasing. Before we were taking out those intervening floors in the building, and now we're taking out the foundation so that a new building cannot be built on top of that emotion, on top of that stored energy that's now manifesting in this feeling. As you feel the full intensity, that blockage is exhausting itself. It's dissipating into the feeling as you stay with it. So feel. Feel and release. Feel and let go. Feel and surrender to whatever it is you're experiencing. Keep your attention honed in on that area. Don't move your attention. Don't think about other things. Don't think about whatever that feeling is trying to trigger or get you to think about. Try not to think about anything. Try to keep 100% of your conscious awareness on that feeling and the spot that it's in. If it's in the center of your chest, room right there covering up your heart, maybe a piercing feeling in the heart, keep your attention there and be with that. Be with that feeling, be with that pain. This is what's causing the depression. If the heart was unblocked, depression wouldn't be able to be there or take root or to manifest, because there would be so much love coming out. There wouldn't be any space for depression. It would just all get cleared away. These blockages are blocking the heart, stuck in there, many of them. So be glad when you have the opportunity to release some of that. And you do the release by not skirting around it or running away into your head with thoughts, distracting yourself with other things. The release happens when you let it to release. The more you feel, the more it comes out. Let it come out. Let it dissolve. Feel.